Well, welcome back to Area 31. Got a little bit of a different video for you today. So right now we're looking at a old computer that I have. It's a Dell laptop. It's a Studio, I want to say 1547. If that's not correct, I'll put a little message here telling you what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a 1547. It's a 15-inch screen. I've had this laptop for about a good 12 years, maybe a little bit more. And when I bought it brand new, it's pretty expensive. And it has a tremendous amount of hard disk space. That's the reason I bought it. And of course now, by today's standard, it has practically no space. So you can see it's got a problem. We got a yellow flashing light there. I just plugged in the power supply to it. The computer is not on, but it will run. But if I unplug it, it will immediately shut off because the battery is dead. And this happened about, see, now it's got a solid yellow light. It should start flashing. I don't know. So this happened about 5-6 weeks ago. This is a computer I use specifically for just like my book work, banking and stuff like that. It's got really good antivirus on it, so I use it and then I shut it down and I store it someplace, and I use it about twice a week. And I went to fire it up one day after it sat for a couple of days, and it immediately went into all kinds of things that, can't find the battery, install the battery, and all the rest. And so anyway, I tried to diagnose it, and as you can see, it started flashing again. I've never had a laptop do this before. But anyway, it started flashing again. No, it started flashing again. It just told me all these things were wrong. And it said it couldn't find the battery and everything like that. So I've been using it a couple of days a week. So anyway, I had replaced the original battery to this 5 or so years ago, something like that. And now I have to replace the new battery that I put in it. Or at least I hope that's the problem. I'm hoping that something has went wrong with the battery BMS system or something like that, the circuitry in there. So let's get out the new battery that just arrived. And that's it right there. It's a GHU battery. And it's a Li-ion, of course. So this is it. This is exactly what the old one looks like. So the old one is the feet. The back of it are the feet. It'll be mounted in there like that. So we can see the information on here. Pretty straightforward. It's a 11.1 volt capacity, and you can see a watt hour and everything else. So there should be 9 18650s in there. And what I'm planning to do is put this one in and see if I can get rid of that flashing light there. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, that's the old one. I just put the new one in and it fit just perfectly. I forgot to show you this. If you press this button here on the new one, it will light up and show you where it's at. Looks like it's fully charged. But on the old one here, I can sit here and press that button from now till doomsday and it will not light up. So apparently the old one is completely dead. And it's basically the same thing. See, somewhere in there it'll say 11.1. Yep, right there on the bottom. Basically the exact same thing. So let's turn this thing over and plug it in and see what it does. Alright, there's the moment of truth. A couple of flashes, and now I get a straight white light. So that new battery apparently is working perfectly. So I'll go ahead and fire this thing up and make sure that it's all good. Alright, so again, there should be 9 18650s in there, and as I said, I'm really hoping that something went wrong with the circuitry board, the BMS and all that stuff, and that's why the computer is saying that this thing is no good. Well, in fact, it says this one can't be found anywhere, so it doesn't know where it's at when it's plugged in. So anyway, 9 cells in there will make a wonderful 12-volt battery. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest this, pull this thing apart, and access those batteries and make sure that they're good. And if they are, I'm going to build myself a nice little 12-volt battery out of that system. So that will be coming up next.